Today we gather to discuss a topic that lives in the shadows of human experience, the psychological attack. Specifically, we will explore what happens when the intention to break a mind drives someone into paranoia and madness, fails. And not just fails, but backfires spectacularly, transforming the intended victim into something far more powerful, a conscious creator of their own reality. This is a story of spiritual warfare, of psychological resilience, and of the moment a person discovers they were never the victim they thought they were. Let us first understand the nature of the attack. The intention was clear: to drive a person insane through paranoia. How does this work? The attacker seeks to sever the target's connection to reality. They introduce confusion. They create whispers. They manufacture synchronicities designed to make the target feel watched, hunted, and completely alone. The goal is isolation, to make the target doubt their own perceptions until the mind fractures under the weight of suspicion. Paranoia is a prison. When successful, the victim sees threats everywhere. They trust no one. They cannot sleep. They cannot think clearly. The attacker, unseen or disguised, pulls strings, waiting for the collapse. But here is the first lesson. An attack can only succeed if the target is spiritually unguarded. Something stood in the way. The divine prevented this. What do we mean by the divine? It is not necessarily religious, though it can be. It is the unassailable core of a person, the soul, the spirit, the part of us that existed before trauma and will exist after it. It is the sanctuary that no external force can enter without permission. In this case, the divine acted as a shield. When the psychological daggers flew, they struck this barrier and shattered. The target felt the intention. They sensed the weight of the attack, but instead of absorbing the paranoia into their mind, they observed it from a protected space. They thought, I feel like someone is trying to make me crazy, but I am not crazy. I am still here. This is the first victory. Recognition without absorption. The attack was perceived, but not accepted. And then came the empowerment. The target realized something profound. They looked at their own mind still intact, still rational, still theirs, and understood. If they could not break me, then I must be the one in control. This is the archetype of the magician. In symbolic traditions, the magician is the one who understands that reality is malleable. The magician knows that consciousness shapes existence. The magician does not react to the world. They project into the world. The target realized, I have been focusing on their attacks. I have been giving my attention to their noise. But attention is a power source. Where my focus goes, my energy flows. If I am still standing, it means I chose to stand. If I am still sane, it means I chose sanity. This was the shift from victim to creator. They understood that reality is a mirror, and they had the power to decide what that mirror reflected. The attack had created a loop, a mental treadmill of fear, suspicion, and overthinking. The attacker wanted the target trapped in this loop forever, running but getting nowhere. Escaping required a radical act, refusing to play. The target stopped asking, what are they doing to me? And started asking, what am I creating for myself? They stopped checking for hidden meanings. They stopped investigating the whispers. They starved the loop of attention. This is the secret to escaping any psychological trap. You cannot solve a problem at the same level of consciousness that created it. You must rise above. You must become the observer of the game, not a piece on the board. Now we arrive at the turning point. The target has taken their power back. But what happens to the attacker? This is the part they never expect. The hunter becomes the haunted. When a person reclaims their sovereignty, the energy they had projected onto them, the greed, the control, the manipulation, has nowhere to go. It returns to its source. Those who tried to manipulate must now face a choice: let go of their greed or be consumed by it. The target, now standing in their power, no longer needs to fight. They simply are. Their presence, their peace, their unshakable center becomes a mirror, reflecting the attacker's own darkness back at them. This is justice without revenge. This is balance restored. We close with the concept of new beginnings. The target has become the magician. The loop is broken. The power is reclaimed. But what now? Now begins the process of demanipulation. This means rebuilding trust in one's own perceptions, releasing residual fear, choosing new inputs, new thoughts, new environments, new people, designing a reality that reflects empowerment, not victimhood. The person who never gave up, the persistent, the resilient, the tenacious, has now transcended. They are no longer just surviving the attack. They are thriving beyond it. Let this be the lesson you carry forward. There are those in this world who will try to break you. They will use psychology, manipulation, and fear. But they cannot touch what is protected. They cannot break what is whole. If you find yourself under attack, remember, you are the magician. Your mind is your temple. Your focus is your wand. And the divine is your shield. They intended to drive you insane. Instead, they woke you up. And now that you are awake, what reality will you create? Thank you.